Okay. So a couple days ago, we had an idea. And it was about really elevating the more wholesome and positive experiences that we see on the line that often just get pushed off to the side. And people just don't make videos about it. Why? Because they just don't really do well on YouTube. Because whenever people talk about things that are negative, it just ends up rising to the top because people like clicking on things that are negative. I don't know why, but we're just drawn to it. We're drawn to the drama. We're drawn to the scandals. We're drawn to all those things. And a couple days ago, my idea was to really bring up this this conversation about more positive experiences that we see on the line through this title of positive politics, or really just the name of a segment. And people really were responding to it in like one of the last two videos. And I was just really overwhelmed by it, and I was so excited that other people were also excited about this idea. So whenever I saw this tweet today with President Trump, look at this. This was shared, and the title was President Trump helps a mom of three pay for her groceries. When I saw that, I was immediately just I knew that this was going to be part of the conversation that we had today on the line. And I was just so excited about it. Because you know what? The way that I see it is that there's the battleground, right? Which is another conversation that we have here. There is the battleground between the left and the independents and the right, and in those types of moments, the best idea wins. It's really this arena type of experience where the best idea will rise and filter to the top, and that is the battleground. But another layer of that is what I believe is common ground, which is the beauty. It's the joy. It's the transparency. It's these really wholesome moments that I just love to share with you guys. And I think other people like it too. So let's start here. There's a couple of the conversation that I want us to have here, but I want us to start here. It's a 20-second video, but I can't stop watching it because I just love it so much. So check this out. President Trump, ladies and gentlemen.
Here, it's going to go down a little bit. It just went down $100.
Thank you so much.
We'll do that for you from the White House, all right?
Thank you.
All right, bye. Nice seeing you, everybody. Beautiful. They're your kids?
Yeah, they are. 3 boys.
Perfecto. Perfecto. 3 for 3. Bye, everybody.
Wow. Jeez. I've seen that so many times today just because I just think it's so beautiful. Like obviously President Trump is a very wealthy man, and you could argue that, oh, $100 to him doesn't really mean much. But to me, what I see here is just a beautiful act of generosity. Him just extending, and to me, I also see this as a foreshadowing of what his intention is for re-entering the White House and genuinely having an impact on normal people's lives. Because like the economy is the inflation, the housing crisis, all of these are so dear to so many Americans' hearts right now. A lot of people are withholding their votes because they are clutching their bank account like it is a new purse. Because it's important. People are feeling it. That the fact is, our dollar doesn't feel like it goes the same distance as it did 4 years ago. And through this act, I feel like Trump is just saying, I'm committing to restoring peace in your wallet, in your bank account, because I know you're hurting and I'm just trying to help. That's what I see here. You could interpret it as you like. Please let me know how you interpret it in the comments. But I just love this so much. So I wanted to share that real quick. And that's going to be like the little positive politics that we're going to talk about in today's video. And unfortunately, we're going to talk about other things that aren't so positive, which I'm sorry, but we need to talk about things like this too. Because why? Because they're happening, right? So there is going to be a time and place for these positive experiences. But I hope that we could still have these other conversations here, like this little scandal with RFK Jr., which is really unfortunate. Like RFK was kind of a ladies' man. like as his father was, as his uncle was. I don't think anyone is really so surprised here, but this is happening now. This isn't with Marilyn Monroe. this is happening right now. And an Inside Edition actually just made a 1-minute video kind of breaking down this, as well as some newly released footage with Cheryl Hines, who was just in, what is it, Madrid or Milan, one of those two places, I think. And she's seen without a wedding ring. That to me, like, I wasn't really paying too much attention to the story just because I thought it didn't have any substance really. But then I see Cheryl Hines here celebrating her birthday without RFK Jr. and without a wedding ring. So to me, things got a little real here. So check this out.
Actress Cheryl Hines is putting on a brave face celebrating her 59th birthday with her children, but without her wedding ring. This in the wake of embarrassing allegations that her husband, Robert Kennedy Jr., had some sort of inappropriate relationship with a journalist who interviewed him.
Actress Cheryl Hines is mobbed by fans in Milan as she celebrates her 59th birthday without the presence of her embattled husband, Bobby Kennedy Jr. The Curb Your Enthusiasm star enjoyed dinner with her daughter Catherine and stepdaughter Kyra Kennedy. RFK is busy doing damage control today. He's launched all-out war on reporter Olivia Nuzzi, who reportedly sent him demure nudes after she interviewed him for New York Magazine last November. The relationship was never physical, Nuzzi says in a statement, but should have been disclosed.
This is like probably the most absurd and strange thing that I've seen throughout this entire encounter. Because first of all, if it was never physical, then to me, you disclosing this relationship would have just done nothing but damage for Kennedy, which I suppose is probably your entire intention with releasing this story. Like, what is this? There was no there was nothing intimate about this, right? On his end. Now, if she's the one sending very strange pictures to him, like, how does that make that his fault? This is just so absurd to me, and I really do feel like Kennedy is the victim here. But yeah, let's keep watching here.
To prevent the appearance of a conflict. I deeply regret not doing so immediately. Now, Kennedy, who recently endorsed Donald Trump, is reportedly threatening to sue 31-year-old Nuzzi and has hired famed Hollywood fixer Gavin DeBecker, who inspired the Ray Donovan TV series, to discredit her. This had nothing to do with romance, DeBecker says. He was being chased. Another Kennedy
has nothing to do with romance. He was being chased. And this isn't the first time that we've seen the media go after RFK Jr. This, like, time and again, stories have come out, but this one just seems so ridiculous to me. It seems so ridiculous that we shouldn't even be having this conversation. But again, what's strange for me is seeing Cheryl without a wedding ring. And this isn't like we don't do some gotcha things. We really just try to talk about what's actually happening and try to analyze things appropriately. So I don't want to try to play Hollywood on this. There could have been a number of different reasons why Cheryl wasn't wearing her ring, but I don't know. I just wanted to bring up that conversation to you guys because I know a lot of people here love listening to these updates with Kennedy, and I know a lot of people appreciate the comment section, so they could go ahead and share their thoughts. So I wanted that portion of this video to exist for you guys. So other things that are happening is someone who's part of the Kamala Harris team was recently on Fox News, and they were talking about their plan for the economy, which again is people are clutching that. People are clutching that. They want to hear about policies. They want to hear about things that are specific. And well, here, I can't tell you things are going to get that specific, but I do think it's an interesting takeaway. So Kamala Harris supporters, you might like it, or you might be disappointed about it, but check this out.
What is Harris's plan? We're waiting.
Yeah, okay. There's a lot of aspects to it in regards to looking at it online. So let's talk about lowering the grocery costs, because that's something that's brought up. The viewers can look at this online. She talks about certain things in regards to advancing the first federal ban on price gouging on food and groceries, to set clear rules to the road to make it clear that big corporations can't unfairly exploit consumers as well.
Is that
and secure
happening?
new
Is that
employment.
happening?
It's not at this moment. No, this is her plan that's laid out for the first 100 days when she becomes president of the United States of
price
America.
gouging, is that currently happening?
In regards to I don't know exactly if that's currently happening or not, because I'm not privy to that type of information.
Okay.
But there are people are costing a lot of money in regards to groceries.
Okay. It
And
seems
that
like you're
potentially
having
is
a hard time articulating her plan. And
I'm not.
perhaps that's the
Honestly,
frustration of
that's
voters.
not true. Please, I'm constantly being interrupted by you, which as a woman, I think is disrespectful. When I'm trying to speak, every time I try and speak,
I've
you
given you a lot of
speak
time.
over me.
Okay. Final thought.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. I was giving you time there. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate
Oh my goodness. Did you hear the cutoff here? She said, I was giving you time here. And then
it. Thank you very
they
much.
totally cut her off. There's a lot of things that I think are interesting about this clip. For one, this woman she was just feeling attacked. She said, like, as a woman, I feel like you're interrupting me. Like, she said that to another woman. That's, oh man. Okay. And she was also I don't know if she was having trouble articulating things, but I do think she was having trouble narrowing down the details, because if your plan consists of attacking price gouging, but you're not sure if price gouging is happening right now, that's kind of concerning. Also, I don't know if you guys saw that CNN article. I don't have it up, but I was recently reading this article about on CNN. They're talking about Kamala Harris's plan for price gouging, and they were saying that it'll actually cause more problems than it solves. And I thought that was really interesting. I'm not, again, I'm probably not the best person to speak on the subject, but I do think that was fascinating, especially coming from CNN, who has been, notoriously pro Harris and pro Biden this entire election. So another thing that I wanted to share was Leading Report just sent out this tweet a couple hours ago saying, breaking, Kamala Harris is running far behind Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden among Hispanics, according to ABC News. Check it out. So I obviously, my biases, I'm Latino. So I wanted to share my perspective a little bit here.
30-plus point advantage for Joe Biden in the exit polls among Latino voters from 4 years ago. Hillary Clinton won Latino voters by 40 points. And of course, she still lost the presidency. So there's some real ground to make up across demographics, but particularly with Latino voters. Kamala Harris has some issues that she's got to attend to.
Wow. The thing is really interesting here is, obviously, being Mexican, I talked to a lot of other Mexicans, and for the most part, like, people love Trump. Like, it's kind of wild to see, but it's hard for me to actually find someone who's Hispanic who is actually pro Kamala Harris. And obviously that could be, and for me, that could be for a wide variety of reasons, just because, it has to do with your location, like where are you? Like, some of these Hispanics are all over the country, but my personal experience is, being in California and so forth. But people are just notoriously pro Trump there. So to see these from on kind of like a national level, to see these actually say that Trump's support is just increasing over the past couple years, while the Democratic nominee is just declining at 67 to 65 to 58. Like, it couldn't be more clear. I don't know. At the end of the day, I think a lot of Hispanics are just finding themselves being more represented with Trump, and finding his vision for the future actually align with their priorities. So I don't know. I'm really not surprised here. I'm just feeling that my personal experience is being reflected on this national poll. So I love it. And another thing that I thought was interesting was, I saw this. I saw that Kamala Harris apparently was using a teleprompter during her interview with Oprah. So there's a couple things about this clip. For one, I don't know if it's clear that Kamala Harris is using it, right? We see the screen kind of be in front of Oprah. So, like, watch, check this out. Yeah, so it really does look like it's not in front of Kamala because Kamala's facing kind of this direction, and it really looks like it might be for Oprah. But am I saying that it's not impossible for Kamala Harris to have another teleprompter kind of on this side? I'm not saying that at all. Do I think it's likely? I don't know. But what I will say is I do think it's strange how Kamala Harris is going on Oprah. She's going on Wired. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that? Let me bring it up real quick. Okay, just for 1 second. Wired, Kamala Harris. Because I do think there's something to be said about Kamala Harris being being more open to doing these types of Hollywood level, production level appearances rather than actually sitting down with real journalists, real reporters on the national level and actually having more of these interviews. Because again, we haven't been seeing it lately. So the more that we don't see it, the more these conspiracies start to come up, the more people start talking about, oh my gosh, it's her headphone, her earrings are headphones, right? And those conspiracies only happen whenever people are actually being deprived by these more authentic moments. So, is there an argument to be made that Kamala Harris is using a teleprompter? Some people think so, right? Look at this. This has 13 million views. That's a lot of people who have seen this video. And I don't know, some people agree with it, right? Some people think it's real. So, oh yeah, see, look at this. To play devil's advocate, the teleprompter could just uh, be Oprah's for intro and has the questions for her to ask. It doesn't necessarily mean it had Kamala's answers or that she could even see the one in this video. Sure. This person responds and says the first several lines of the teleprompter were part of Kamala's final statement. She was reading off a teleprompter. Whoa, really? Really? I might need to look into that. For the America we desire and deserve to live in. No way. I should bring that up. Should I do that right now? Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna do it after I finish recording because that is interesting. Okay, the final thing I wanted to bring up was from Elon Musk. Okay, Elon Musk quote tweeted this post that says manufactured by the media. And the original post was talking about Kamala Harris's approval rating, saying back in January it was 28% and it was 32% at the beginning of summer, and today it's at nearly 50%. So this person said, what changed? The media coverage? And again, Elon Musk said it was manufactured. And this idea was also reinforced to me because I saw this post by N Wokeness and they wrote Kamala Harris is outspending the Trump campaign by $5 million every single day. She has the entire media behind her, Hollywood, big business, big tech, and yet she is still behind. So my question is, obviously I feel this from just how I consume content these days. I do believe that media has been showing favor to Kamala Harris, but I also wanted to go a bit further. So I was doing a little bit of research and I landed on the National Library of Medicine, right? This .gov website. And right here, the headline was Headlines Win Elections. Mere exposure to fictitious news media alters voting behavior. So I'm going to have this linked up if you guys wanted to read this, but there's some really, really interesting data here, especially concerning what happened in 2016. You see the Republican candidate Trump, you see Clinton, you see it being represented on these lines. And I just think it's really, really fascinating to see how, oh, yeah, so you even look at this candidate evaluation based on how frequently people's names are are said in the media, right? These are the exposure. This is the effect of them. So I think this is really wild. And this is the part that I thought was interesting here. In the discussion section, it says, interestingly, mere exposure only predicted voting behavior when the content was neutral or positive, but not when it was negative. Okay, because again, so much of the conversations that we have here are also about kind of elevating the quality of the conversation that we have here, also uplifting this wholesome positive experiences. But I do think from a psychological perspective, it's fascinating that people will agree with you when it's neutral or positive but not when it's negative. It's almost like whenever something's negative, like if we like let's say we're someone who likes Trump and we read something bad about Trump. Well, now that negative attention that Trump is getting actually won't have as much impact on us because we will go into this sort of defense mechanism. We will enter this defense mechanism state. So it actually just won't have any impact on us. Like to me, this is just confirmation bias at its finest. Like whenever you're saying something that I agree with, I'm going to agree with you. But whenever you tell me something that I don't want to agree with, I'm kind of just going to ignore it. And to me, that's being represented in this article. So if you want to go ahead and read it, this is going to be linked up as well. But I do think this is a fascinating conversation. And I was looking into it because, well, obviously Elon Musk said this was manufactured by the media. So yeah, really interesting stuff here. So anyways, that's kind of all that I have today. I know we had a lot of different conversations here, but I'm excited to hear your interpretation on all of these. Some people, might not like that I'm kind of showing this beautiful moment from President Trump kind of just doing this act of generosity, but my interpretation is that it was beautiful and I wanted to talk about it. But you could go ahead and let me know what you think about it, or let me know what you think about this small little positive politics type of segment today. Anyways, let me know what you think about all the conversations that we had here today on the line. Let me know your worldview. Let me know your perspective. Let me know how things are shaping up for you today in this election. Okay, hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate your time so much, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to support what we're building here, please like and subscribe. It means a lot and it really helps us out. And if you want to see even more content from me, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be sharing a lot more on there. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.